pencil sharpener.
You told multiple times. You are just as bad, Cooper.
I used
Okay.
the normal pencil.
And then I'm going to count how many spaces to get to this next point, which is going to be 6.
It's not point fingers, yes.
Not funny, Vincent. Didn't you know that
So
was
my
a
slope is
pencil?
going to be 3 over 6.
Okay, 1/2.
You always simplify. So that would be the slope
Sebastian.
based on a graph. So it's rise or run, or excuse me, rise or fall. And then the run will always be positive.
Don't you hate when like
We
sharp
have to go up 2 over 1.
Break it.
And then it breaks. Yep.
Wait, I was just using my color pencil.
One square.
Well, it's flat.
Okay, let's go ahead and do our second example. So glue in this next graph here.
Oh my gosh.
It's a strong word, Cooper.
But it's the right one.
Adam, you want to repeat? Say.
Not repeat hate. That's a strong word.
I know you looked up his name.
So we've got 0, 2, and 5, negative 1.
Wait, what was the top one?
0, 2, and 5, negative 1. And we're going to do a different strategy for finding our slope here. There's also a formula if you're given both ordered pairs. Slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Go ahead and fill in what the ordered pairs are and label them. x1, y1, x2, y2. They are quite literally named x1, y1 because that's the first ordered pair that I see going left to right. X2, y2 is the second ordered pair that I see going left to right.
What?
So if I'm looking like this from left to right, the first one I come to is 0, 2. So that's going to be my first x, first y. That's what those little ones stand for. And then the next ordered pair I come to is 5, negative 1. So that's going to be my second x and my second y. So we're going to take these values, we'll get there, and we're going to put them into this formula to find our slope. Okay, because sometimes you won't be given a graph. You'll just be given ordered pairs. So then I'm going to make sure I put them in the correct place. Guys, don't be like, oh, I don't need to label them. It's fine, because you know what happens to the people that don't label them?
You get it wrong.
They get it wrong. And then they're like, I don't know what I did wrong. And I'm like, oh my gosh, can I see your paper? And then I look at them and I say, go back and label. Right? Because as soon as you label them, you'll get them in the correct place, and then you'll get the correct slope. What's the letter that represents slope? M. So let's remind ourselves of that. M equals, and I'm going to have negative 1 minus 2, because this is going to be minus no matter what, over 5 minus 0. Because this is negative 1, so y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. What is negative 1 minus 2? Negative 3. 5 minus 0 is 5. So there's my slope. Now, you could have just counted -3, +5, but I need you to know this strategy as well. Okay. Now, something that some people remember maybe from 7th grade, maybe not. We're going to talk about Mr. Slopeface. Do you guys know who Mr. Slopeface is?
Yeah. Please, never again.
What? Who just said that?
That would be Sebastian.
Mr. Slopeface is not that bad.
Pretty bad.
What do you think Mr. Slopeface is?
Never even heard of him. I remember Slope.
I'm not talking about Slope, dude. I'm talking about Slopeface.
Oh, I know that.
Easy, easy.
Slope Man was the.
Slopeface is pretty awesome. Okay.
I remember that.
Okay, everybody put your pencils down. We're going to look, listen, learn.
Because I'm traumatized.
Because there's something you're going to have to know that's, like, when I learned this, I still to this day will try to picture, and like that helps me determine the slope of a horizontal line or the slope of a vertical line. Okay, so pencils down, look, listen, learn. You're going to draw a circle. Don't do it yet, but you will. Okay, pretend like that's a really good circle. Just pretend like it is. It'll make sense actually because his face kind of looks messed up. Okay, positive slope goes up from left to right. So we put a little I there, the positive. Negative slope goes down from left to right. Those are his eyes.
Those should be his eyebrows.
A vertical line has an undefined slope, so that's his nose. Vertical, undefined. And a horizontal line has a 0 slope. So there's his mouth with the zeros on the end. Right?
He looks very.
So to this day, sometimes I get it mixed up in my brain and I'm like, I know I should know this. I will picture his nose with the U, and that tells me a vertical line is undefined slope. I will picture his mouth with the little circles, and that tells me that a horizontal line has 0 slope. Go ahead and draw it. Mr. Slopeface. I would like for you to apologize, Sebastian, to Mr. Slopeface
No, this is way worse.
for judging him before you knew him. He's going to save you a lot of trouble.
Sebastian would know him from last year.
It's going to save you a lot of trouble when you remember positive, negative, horizontal, vertical.
He's old.
He's a little beat up. He's fine.
It's better than this. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go on to our next page. Next page.
No!
Now we're going to do slope from a table. Slope from a table. It's fine.
Wait, so this is on my second page now?
Second page. Yep. Okay. Go ahead and draw a little chart there, a little table.
I feel like your pages are bigger than mine. I don't know. I feel like yours have a lot more lines than mine.
So, at the beginning of the year on your materials page, I was like, college ruled is preferred. So this is college ruled paper, so that the lines are closer together, so you can have more lines on a page.
I have college rule.
Yep.
I probably just have one.
It's okay.
Yes, that's how you spell 9. Yes. I don't
No,
know.
that is an awful waffle.
Yeah, for 0. That looks like 9, that's in the church. run? That's why I asked.
Okay,
What?
so we've got a table here, right? Guys, one of the hardest things about finding slope from a table is remembering that the y value is the rise or fall, and the x value is the run. So help yourself out and put those above,
Rise over run.
right? So our slope, remember, is rise or fall over run. Okay? So we're going to find what's the change in our rise or fall. What's happening, Sebastian?
-6.
Yep, -6, -6. So my numerator is going to be -6.
Is there a -2 for everyone?
Just 7 minus 6 is...
What? Look, I'm just looking here. -6, -6. I'm just looking at the y values. What's happening with the run values? +3. So that's going to be -6 over 3. Sorry, so that's actually -2 over 1. And the only reason I would suggest that you leave it as over 1 is because when you then have to use that to graph, I don't want you to forget that you're going to fall 2, run 1. Fall 2, run 1.
When are we going to have a test over this?
Not before break. I mean, you just have 2 days. Not
Tomorrow, let's go.
Okay, let's do another example.
Whenever we have to do Spanish, you notice it's called the soy sauce.
Nikki, are you playing Crossy Roads right now?
Yes, that's precisely what it is.
Nikki?
Or you're gonna have to show me that website.
Yeah, what's that?
Bro, Mason.
Nikki, what's that?
Oh, he's still paying attention.
I am fully aware that he's not fully paying attention.
I'm like,
He's dialed in.
He's seeing, yeah, he's dialed in.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
He
just
doesn't look like
calming
he's
down.
He's given up. Yo, Nick, what website is that? Jack, you're a little late.
Okay, so let's find the slope.
What is it?
Remember, it's rise or fall
Wait, what is it?
over run.
don't worry about it right now.
It's just watch documentaries.
Wait, is it watch?
What is my change in my y values? 0. So that means that I'm going to have 0. We're not there yet. Nope. Don't jump to conclusions, guys. What's happening with my x values? +2.
Minus 5. So it is what?
Minus 5.
Oh, what is it? Minus 5.
Wait, so it's
So what this means, if you have a numerator of 0, this means that all y values are 2. Excuse me, right, are the same. I already knew they were 2. Which gives us a horizontal line. So what is my slope of a horizontal line? 0. Okay. So if I were to graph that, imagine, I'll draw a picture over here. So if I were to actually plot those points on a graph, right? If I was at -1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2,
Who drew the smiley face?
I have a horizontal line.
That was
And that's where I get the 0 for my slope.
it's Innocent's birthday.
It is not his birthday.
I thought it was his birthday.
It's not.
Well, it was written up there, it looks like, but probably not. When's his birthday?
March.
What?
Oh, what a liar.
How did you know that off the top of
He
your
just
head?
wants
Because I looked it up
his
when he
graph.
tried to tell me it was his birthday, and I was like, no. And he said, what kind of psychopath would lie about their birthday? And I was like,
You.
you tell me. I don't. I don't have an answer for you because your birthday's March.
Like, the past week.
Yeah, you just
I
have
used to
to.
do that. I get myself.
Vicky,
It's a rap cap.
He's a rapper though.
Wait, so you had it written up there?
All these
I didn't write it up there.
Who did?
I think he started to, and then he realized not a good idea.
rappers always rhyme.
He's a rapper.
Isn't it the opposite of
Why is this the opposite of innocent?
Good question, Jack.
Okay, so here we are. We have another table. Nick, put it away. What is the change in my x run values?
Plus 0. Or minus 0.
So this time 0's in my denominator. What's happening with my y values?
Fine, we can immediately jump to conclusions here. Since zero's on the
All x values are the same. This is a vertical line, which if you remember from Mr. Slopeface, the u underneath that vertical line,
It's untrue.
undefined.
Don't say that. No, I can't write that. I can't write that. I can't write anything.
Any questions about slope from graphs or tables?
You know how sloped? Lucky duck.
What you did?
Okay, we're gonna stop right there for today because I'm freezing and I would like to go outside. So we're gonna go outside for a few minutes.